Hi, this is Josh from JJ Outdoors. Come with me as we go adventure new places. Alright guys, found a new little spot today. I'm gonna explore it a little bit, see what we can find. Looking for a new camping spot for me and my son. Get some new adventures going on. It's always fun to find new, exciting places. See what we find down here. Down here by the river. Yeah. Well, this would definitely work. See that little split up there? That's actually an island on the river. Do I recommend crossing the river by foot in the fall? Sure. Doing it in a pair of flip-flops? Probably not so much. Here we go. Oh yeah, boy, she's getting a little chilly. Not bad though. Not bad. Okay. We got this. Anybody missing a tire on their 12-speed? Got you fixed up, just let me know. Alright. Let's go see what we can find down here. We're officially now on the island that I found on Google Maps on the river. Pretty cool. A little overcast today, but you know what? It don't matter. We're just gonna get out and get after it anyways. No excuses. No excuses, people. You can cross the river in the wintertime if you have to. I know it's only fall, but hey, bet you I'll be crossing the river in the winter too. Alright, well, I found where the beginning of the island is upstream. Doesn't look like I can go much more that way. Not this time of year anyways. So, let's go across the island through the brush. See if we can find a nice place to have our lunch on the other side. See what kind of trouble we can get into. I really don't know what's on the other side of this island, but I'm gonna find out. Just trying to find the best way through. Now everything is a little damp. We just had some rains and stuff. So keep that in mind. There is some low spots here that look like they might hold moisture. I mean, we are right on the river, so have to expect that. A lot of rotten wood down here in this low spot. Imagine every time it rains, there's probably some water in here if the river comes up very much. So, not much good wood to burn down here. Plenty of Virginia creeper down here in these trees. All right. Keep on going. Pretty sure I can see some gravel off in the distance over here. And that only means one thing. That means we're back at the other side. Lots of Virginia creeper back here. As far as I'm aware, it's not poisonous. Although if you didn't know any better, you might think that it is. Here's a little sample of the vines on it. Kind of looks like something from poison ivy or poison oak maybe. But I've never had any allergic reaction to it. All right, we're here. We just got to get through this little patch of brush here. Well, something tells me it's going to drop right off into the river. Okay. It's not quite what I was expecting, but probably should have. I can hear the water now. You got to be careful. We don't want to fall off. Oh, look at that. Nice little American beaver dam. Looks active. And then there's the river. Beautiful little spot down that way. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a fluorescent orange thing over there. I'm not sure if that's a life jacket or what that is. There is several float places upstream, so it very well could be one of their life jackets. All right, well, let's see if we can find a way to get down. Well, it doesn't look like there's going to be a other side is going to have a gravel bar on this island. That's the way we came across. Let's go down through here and explore a little bit. See what we can find. Looks like we got an old railroad tie here. And I'm not sure what this is, but somebody sawed on it. Sawed it flat. Another big log jam up here. And then I believe this is ragweed here. Tell me in the comments if you guys have ragweed where you live. Pretty sure it's common in most of the lower 48 states. All right. See if we can make our way back through here. Looks like we got some pecans down here. Also, is it pecans or pecans? In Oklahoma, you're liable to hear it said both ways. I prefer the pecans, but a lot of people call it pecan. All right, well, we made it back to our clearing. That's always a good thing. We're gonna go back down a little ways and try to avoid an extra water crossing. If we can. Looks pretty thick down here, but it might be doable. Everything is doable, right? Everything is doable. Slow and steady wins the race. All these bushy little trees down here are sycamores. They really thrive in the wet areas where I'm from. They are a strange tree though. Sometimes you'll see them growing out of the side of a hill. They do catch a lot of rain runoff like that, but in Oklahoma we don't always get a lot of rain, so it makes me wonder how they survive for the rest of the time. And here's that other water crossing that I was telling you guys about. It's not deep, but if I don't have to change my shoes out again, that would be fabulous. So let's see if I can go down a little ways and find another spot. Some pretty gnarly terrain out here on this little island, for it not being very steep, that is. Let's see if we can make it up it. Okay, really thick back here. Okay. That looks like the worst of it. Now, we just have to find a way to get down the embankment. And we'll be set. Clears out right here. Let's see if there's a way down. Well, it's a few feet down. We can find a spot here somewhere to make it. I'm too old for this stuff. Okay. There is a structure on this island. Let's go find out what that is. Hopefully, we don't run into anybody. Definitely been somebody there recently, though. To me, it looks like what we would have built when we were kids as a little fort. Let's see what we got. Very odd. Anybody in there? Yeah. Somebody's been down here recently. Got some soap and different stuff like that. Pile of blankets. Maybe some camping gear. Old bike. Maybe a couple of old bikes. Here's an old hunting blind. Yep. Yep. Somebody's definitely been down here recently. Interesting. Haven't found any people yet, but hey. Lots of random sleeping bags and pillowcases and tarps. Somebody made a clothesline. Very odd. Alright, well, I'm going to stop the video here until I find my way out of here and a way down. And then we're going to have some lunch. Alright, so this is looking downstream from where we came out on the other side of the island. Then I made my way down the island. Found that crazy camp. Now we're down here on the end where we're going to have some lunch. And I thought I'd show you guys the Illinois River. I don't know if you can see down deep in there or not. But I would say this water is probably, about 8 to 10 feet deep on the other side of that log right there. Alright, let's go down here and make us some lunch. Alright, let's see what's for lunch here today. We got a market side Italian hero and some chicken dipping sauce. They didn't have any mayo at my local Walmart, so yep, that's what we're snacking on, and a bottle of water. Hope you guys are enjoying this little mini adventure. The river runs through it. And then on one side, that would be the west side, and that would be the east side of the river. And then in the middle, I found a nice little island. Pretty cool. Fun to explore. Back to the other side again. A little bit better view of it. Clouds are kind of dwindling down. Got a pretty sky. Should I give you guys one more quick shot of it? Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed today's adventure, and as always, stay salty.